starting the video, I would like to wish you very happy World Environment Day. In case your bleeding heart vine is not blooming, please watch the video till the end. Believe me, bleeding heart vine is quite low maintenance plant. It doesn't need pesticide, insecticide too frequently like we need to apply for many other plants like hibiscus, roses, etc. But I know that sometimes they don't bloom like the way we want. There are few reasons, and in this video I am going to explain everything. I have already shared the video of my bleeding heart vine last year. That time they did quite well, and this year too they are giving me mind-blowing result. This year I did not have to do too many things. So what's the secret? Actually, we just need to do few things the right way, and let's take a look at all the things. Here you can see that my plants are blooming quite heavily. The whole area of this part of my balcony is covered by flowers. Amazing, isn't it? The red bleeding heart vine is also blooming, and I am growing this in other pot. Even Higon is also enjoying the flowers. Now please follow the steps in case you want similar or even better result. Step number 1. Just after buying the plant, please avoid growing them in bigger pot. The thing is, if you provide them a huge pot at the time of repotting, they would focus more on growing new vines. But in my case, you can see that my plants are already in a 16-inch pot. For that, we need to wait for the second step. Step number 2. When I first got them, I did not use 16-inch pot. Instead, I grew them in just 6-inch pot. Whenever we grow them in smaller pot, they don't get the chance to produce lots of new growth, and they have to produce blooms. Step number 3. All of my plants are more than 3 years old. In 2020, I decided to grow 3 plants in a 16-inch wider and 16-inch deeper pot. To get more flowers, this is another thing you can do. That means take a huge pot and grow more plants together. Step number 4. At the time of repotting, I use the basic soil mix, and that is normal garden soil 40%, vermicompost 30% and cocopeat 30%. Please note, bleeding heart vine needs acidic soil. Step number 5. As you have seen, I got very good result last year. And normally we can expect good result after repotting any plants, especially if we provide them good soil mix. So what about the result of 2022? Well, I did not repot them in another pot again. Instead, I have removed the surrounding soil, let's say 4 to 6 inches, and then I added fresh soil mix. This is what I do for most of the perennial plants in case I don't feel to repot them again. Here I am showing an example, and I also do that with roses. I have also applied fertilizers, and those were 50 grams of mustard cake powder and 50 grams of bone meal. Please note, I did all these things at the end of February. In case you are also going to use a bigger pot like 14 to 16 inches, applying fertilizers 3 to 4 times a year is more than enough. Again, if you are using smaller pot like 8 to 10 inches, please decrease the fertilizers by 50%. Also, while using the mustard cake powder, always start with low numbers like 10 to 15 grams initially. I feed my plants on regular basis, and they are getting used to this. Did I have to do anything else? Of course I had to. Bleeding heart needs acidic soil, and if the soil is not acidic, we can find iron deficiency on plants. Something like this. The new leaves become light yellow, and sometimes they even become more yellow. So what to do in such case? We can apply other chemicals such as aluminium sulfate or alum to make the soil acidic. I also don't prefer to use it too much. And to stay in a safe line, I use only half teaspoon in 1 liter water. I have applied the same on my bleeding heart vine only twice. It did work to a limit, but next one really worked nicely. I have been also applying the Woodcurse Afigro iron, and I am applying directly on the soil. The dose is 1 to 2 grams in 1 liter water, and frequency is 25 to 30 days. If there is more iron deficiency, we can apply once in 7 to 15 days. You can see the new leaves of my bleeding heart vine. They are lush green and there is no any symptoms of iron deficiency. Please note that I am not going to recommend you to buy the Utkarsh Safi Grow immediately. I am testing the same on my other plants too, and if I get good result, definitely I would inform you in coming days. So basically these are all the things you need to do. In case you want to see everything with updates and need more info, please check out my video where I have provided the updates of 130 days. Started with something like this and ended like this. You can check out the video simply clicking on the I button on top right corner, or you can also find a link to that video in the description box.